2022 Town Board Committee of the Whole meeting. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Bill Carlos, 2nd Ward.
Ann Berger, 3rd Ward.
Michael Safone, 4th Ward. Stefan Krakauer, 5th Ward.
Ann Shershon, 6th Ward.
Felicia Salvatore, Town Clerk.
Jim Nelson, attorney for the town.
John Baisley, Town Supervisor. Welcome everybody to tonight's meeting. Nice to see a nice crowd. First thing on our agenda was a presentation for Schatz redevelopment. That'll be off until our next meeting. The Town Board meeting, item 1 is a public hearing. Property maintenance for 8 Vervin Road. 2 is appoint Michael Ashford as police officer. 3 is appoint Kaylee Gannon as police officer. 4 is appoint Sarah Belladonna as police officer. 5, appoint John Gershio as police officer. 6, appoint Melvin Hock as police officer. 7, appoint Daniel O'Toole as network support specialist. 8, appoint Fallon Gamar as part-time deputy zoning. 9, set a date for a public hearing of zoning code amendment, chapter 210, tattoo parlors in Red Oaks Mill. 10, approve the Arlington Business District Family Nights. 11, authorize a bid advertisement for Sheaf Road Playground. 12, notification of liquor license, Sushi Village and Pandan Bistro. 13, approve the 5th annual David D'Angelo Memorial Bike Run. 14, the resolution for New York State Standard Workday. SC, authorize Poughkeepsie Day School due diligence extension. With that being said, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules for any agenda item.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody who would like to speak on any agenda item? Doreen?
Thank you, Jay. Jay, regarding special consent item 1, the Poughkeepsie Day School extension, could you just briefly say what you need the extension for?
Just to finish up some of the parts of the study and to get all our numbers together. We're getting close, but we think we're going to just run a little bit short. So we're just going out with the extension just to be a little bit safe.
So you mean things for like, for example, the traffic study?
The traffic study, still, SECR's almost done. We had the historical study done. The pricing, we're still trying to work on the pricing to see if it'll fit. That's not quite done. Everything's getting close, but we just don't want to run and with the board meeting dates, miss a deadline.
Okay, and then my only other question was on agenda item number 12 for the liquor license. Is there a reason why for the one that's at 8 Raymond Avenue, where it says the name of municipality says Poughkeepsie City Hall?
Probably because everybody gets mixed up, the town and the city.
Okay, so it really should be the town.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, because I noticed the one below it said that the Poughkeepsie Town Clerk, but that one said Poughkeepsie City Hall. All right, so it's just they filled it out wrong.
That's correct.
Is there anybody else?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Doreen. Anybody else? Not motion to resume the rules?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh. Go ahead.
I'd like to say something. This has to do with the amendment for the tattoo parlors. We're looking at that, right?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, if we're going to use the virtual hybrid model going forward as a matter of law, we got to get our sound quality remedied for public speaking, both for board members and public, and to eliminate, dramatic inconsistencies. Sound checks, maybe. Anyway, this will encourage public engagement and increase public trust. I participate because I'm witnessing the demise of the code of all free societies. Free societies have informed consent, and without this, there's no freedom and certainly no bodily sovereignty. So, societies that are lacking in informed consent are all tyrannical. They're all tyrannical. So I asked the tattoo parlor owners what they think of informed consent and RFD chipping, which, apparently is going on in Sweden. tattoo parlors are making it very cool. And, you know, if Poughkeepsie were a town I was asked to represent, I'd have every tattoo parlor broad-eared for these two questions. Okay, RFID chipping, and how do they feel about informed consent? You know, so basically the FDA website, as it concerns the tattoo inks, the FDA has not approved the inks used. You know, they merely regulate the manufacturing process like they do, you know, many facilities all across America, and they, you know, require certain process piping and manufacturing standards of all kinds and all products, or a lot of products. But the FDA does not regulate the inks injected under the skin. So please see the FDA yourself, and you know, consider the push now on tattoo parlors that are in other countries that are pushing youth to get RFID chip. Do your own research on RFID technology and how it can easily turn our society upside down, removing informed consent, bodily autonomy, privacy, and economic freedom from those who would rather control us for selfish purposes or profit from our ignorance. So in closing, you know, when we don't have information accessible, or when we're told we don't have the capacity to comprehend, or if in this case, you know, regarding information about inks, whatever is used, you know, by an industry, if the information is suppressed, this is a growing problem for the public that trusts its industry and its regulatory agencies like the FCC, the FDA, CDC, CPA, etc. implicitly. We trust these agencies, and now they're, you know, acting as
Michelle,
agents.
could you wrap it up?
Yeah, so when I asked one of the top scientists from our public health department in Albany why warnings weren't widely publicized about our wireless devices, as they were in California after the Joel Moskowitz case, she said because her leadership did not want to panic the public. Okay, my jaw dropped. So in closing, we should be the judge of what, you know, concerns us and what does not. But without information, we're handicapped, harmed, and in a way, enslaved by those who
Michelle,
would
could you wrap it
prefer
up?
to profit from ignorance. So there you go.
Thank you.
It was a mouthful. Thank you, Jay.
The motion to resume the rules?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to move number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We're going to start with number 2, right?
Correct.
Resolution number 2. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Michael Ashford to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of the Civil Service Law at a starting yearly salary of $65,760.72, effective June 17, 2022, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per the Civil Service Law. Be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by Dutchess County Department of Health, Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
And a motion is second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Congratulations, and just so everybody knows tonight, we're going to be doing this a little bit different. Once the officer comes across the front, he'll go over to the town clerk and we'll be swearing him in so our family, friends, and other officers will be able to see a little change. So we want to make this a little better for the families with what's going on and show how positive the town thinks of the police department.
And that I will faithfully discharge
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Kaylee Gannon to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of civil service law at the starting yearly salary of $65,760.72, effective June 17th, 2022, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per civil service law. And be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Congratulations.
I solemnly swear that I will solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of New York, and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge, the duties of the office of police officer, in the town of Poughkeepsie, and I will do that according to the best of my ability, and I'll do that according to the best of my ability. So.
Be it resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Sarah Belladoni to the position of full-time police officer under provisions of the Civil Service Law at the starting yearly salary of $58,429.60, effective June 20th, 2022, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26, no more than 52 weeks per Civil Service Law, and be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Congratulations.
Raise your right hand, Sarah. State your name. I, Sarah Belladonna. Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of New York. And the Constitution of the State of New York. And that I will faithfully discharge. And that I will faithfully discharge. The duties of. The office of. Police officer. And I will do it to the best of my ability. I will do it according to the best of my ability.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint John Guercio to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of Civil Service Law, the starting yearly salary of $58,429.60, effective June 20th, 2022, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per Civil Service Law, and be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Welcome aboard.
I, and please state your name,
I, John Guercio,
Do solemnly swear, raise your
Do
right hand,
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
police officer for the town of Poughkeepsie
police officer for the town of Poughkeepsie
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Melvin R. Hagu to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of the Civil Service Law at the starting annual salary of $58,429.60, effective June 20th, 2022, which appointment is subject to a probationary period not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per civil service law, and be further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Get a motion second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Welcome aboard.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Say aye.
I, Melvin Hogue,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully
the
discharge
duties of
the duty of
police officer
police
for
officer
the town of Poughkeepsie
for the town of Poughkeepsie
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So help me
ability.
God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you all for coming, for swearing in your fellow friends and officers.
Anybody want to stay? Jay's mine.
Is that Chiefs?
Would be nice.
I'm just saying. I bet you anything. It'll be a lot of years from now. I just have a good feeling on this. I just have a good feeling on this one.
Well, we won't be here, but I'll be there.
Big difference. It's a big thing.
I know.
And I like the oath. Jay, I like that oath. That's a good thing.
Yeah. It gives the families a
Yeah.
chance to see it.
Yeah.
We're going back to number one now?
Yep. Now going back to our first public hearing. Making a motion to open up public hearing on 8 Vervin Road. Is there anybody here that would like to discuss 8 Vervin Road? Anybody? No? If not, we'll make a motion to close public hearing number 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie pursuant to a public hearing held June 15, 2022, 7 p.m., Town Hall, Town of Poughkeepsie, 1 over Rocket Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, under Chapter 159A of the Town of Poughkeepsie Code entitled Property Maintenance. It is hereby determined that property located at 8 Vervin Road, Town of Poughkeepsie, County of Dutchess, State of New York, bearing grid number 6262-04-557071-0000, owned by 8 Vervin Road LLC, is in violation of the Town Code, Chapter 159, Property Maintenance, 159A4. And be it further resolved that the legal notice of public hearing was posted on May 23, 2022, published in the Poughkeepsie Journal on June 2, 2022, mailed to the owner by certified mail return receipt requested on May 20th, 2022. Be it further resolved that the said determination is based on the presentation and report submitted to public hearing by the Town of Poughkeepsie zoning administrator. Be it further resolved that said owner of 8 Bourbon Road has not complied with the order of remedy. And be it further resolved, the town shall, by its highway department or town contractor, cause the removal of all garden waste, fallen tree limbs, shall cut and continue to cut the grass to a height not to exceed 12 inches, and shall continue maintenance thereafter if the premises continues not to be properly maintained, if cost of which shall be added to the property tax bill pursuant to Town Code, Chapter 159A7. So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Mr. Carlos, number 7.
Resolution number 7. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby provisionally appoint Daniel Jerry O'Toole to the position of Network Support Specialist with the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Department at grade 9, step 1 salary of $28.50 per hour, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law, effective June 20th, 2022. Be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
We've been motion and second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Welcome aboard, Jerry.
Number 8, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Fallon Gumar, or Gumar,
More, I think.
Gumar, to the position of part-time clerk with the Town of Poughkeepsie Zoning Department at the grade 4, step 1 salary of $19.255 per hour, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law, effective immediately. And be it further resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Been motion and second. Any questions on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Welcome aboard.
Be it resolved, Town Board has received a request from Councilwoman Shershin and Councilman Carlos that a local law amendment be made to Chapter 210 entitled Zoning, specifically 210-29 entitled Red Oaks Mills Neighborhood Services Center District related to tattoo parlors, and whereas the proposed amendment is annexed hereto as Exhibit A and incorporated herein as if recited verbatim, with the words underlined to be added and those words stricken to be deleted. And the Town Board does direct the said amendment be spread across the record as if in fact it had been read verbatim. And whereas this action to amend the zoning law is a Type 1 action under New York State Environmental Quality Review Act and an environmental assessment form is annexed here too. Whereas the Town Board has determined that the proposed amendment must be referred to Dutchess County Department of Planning and Economic Development and to the Town Planning Board for review and recommendation. And whereas the amendment requires a public hearing. Now, therefore be it resolved that 1, the Town Board hereby states that because only the Town Board can consider and adopt changes to Town Code, that is the only involved agency, and the Board hereby declares that it is the lead agency for purposes of coordinating the environmental review of this matter pursuant to Article 8 of the Environmental Conservation Law. And 2, the Town Board hereby sets a public hearing on the proposed amendment for July 6, 2022 at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter may become heard in Town Hall, 1 Overark Road, Poughkeepsie, New York. And 3, the Town Board refers this matter to Dutchess County Department of Planning and Economic Development for a recommendation pursuant to GML 239M, and the Town Board refers this matter to the Planning Board for an advisory report pursuant to Town Code Sections 210-154, and 5, the Town Board directs the Town Clerk to notify the Town Clerks of each of the surrounding municipalities of the public hearing pursuant to GML 239NN. So moved.
Second.
Need a motion and second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve the application submitted by Bob Legacy on behalf of the Arlington Business Improvement District and does hereby grant approval to the Arlington Business Improvement District to hold events known as Family Night, which will include music, youth activities, and movies located at 4648 Raymond Avenue, Poughkeepsie, New York, on July 8th, August 12th, September 16th, October 14th, 2022, starting at 6 p.m. and ending at the conclusion of the movie. And be it further resolved, the town clerk is in receipt of a certificate of liability insurance naming the town of Poughkeepsie as an additional insured. So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the town clerk to advertise for bids for ADA accessible playground equipment surface and installation at Sheaf Road Park pursuant to plans and specifications prepared, which plans and specifications will be available on June 20th, 2022 in the office of the town clerk, and the bid opening will be held on July 12th, 2022 at 11 a.m. And be further resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby reserve the right to accept or reject all bids in whole or part. And be further resolved, the Town Board does hereby determine this is an action that is type 2 action requiring no environmental review. So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. 12 is a liquor license for Sushi Village. 12A. 12B, liquor license for Pandan Bistro. 13, be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie has heretofore received an application from Andrew D'Angelo, Arlington Bar and Grill, on behalf of the DDD Foundation of Suicide Prevention to hold its 5th annual David D. Angelo Memorial Bike Run for Suicide Prevention to be held on Sunday, July 17, 2022. Be resolved that the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie has hereby approved the application for said fundraiser bike run, and the town clerk is in receipt of certificate of liability insurance naming the town of Poughkeepsie as additional insured. So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Resolution number 14. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie by Resolution 5, /4, number 14 of 2022, with Form RS-2418 attached, established the 2022 standard workday for each elective and appointed official of not less than 6 hours per day, nor more than 8, and also established the standard workday for the town employee positions. And whereas following the adoption of Resolution 5:4, number 14 of 2022, the annexed forms RS-2417-A and B and 2418 have been prepared by the town clerk based on calendars and certifications received from town officers and employees. Now therefore be it resolved that said form shall be posted on the official town clerk bulletin board, the website, and main entrance to town hall for a total of 30 days, after which time the town clerk shall remit a certified copy to the Office of the New York State Controller for purposes of retirement reporting. So moved.
Second.
We got a motion second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. That brings us to the end of our town board meeting.
What
We have
about
special
15?
sessions. About 15. I always missed that 15.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby grant special consent to the following items, to wit. Number 1, authorize Poughkeepsie Day School due diligence extension. And be it further resolved that upon the objection of any member of the Town Board, an item may be removed from the list and voted on separately. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Whereas the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie by Resolution 1.540A of 2022 authorized the execution of a conditional realty purchase contract with the Poughkeepsie Day School Incorporated, and whereas the contract afforded the town the ability to perform its due diligence and extend the time to do so, now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board authorizes the Supervisor of the Town of Poughkeepsie to notify the Poughkeepsie Day School Incorporated that it is exercising its right to a 75-day due diligence extension. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. That brings us to the end of our normal agenda, and we'll go right on to Committee of the Whole. Finance,
Nothing to report.
Technology.
Yes, May was a very busy month. We had 17,000 users on the webpage, which resulted in 22,000 sessions, and almost 17,000 were new users. And during the pages that they were mainly interested in was first the main page, followed by transfer station, payment pages, receiver taxes, building department, and then grievances. And as for our email list, we had 111 new subscribers, so we have a total of almost 6,000 subscribers now to our emails. And some of the other things that they've worked on and been actually completed is they're implementing a Darktrace cybersecurity project with the AI enhanced threat detection. They're scheduling infrastructure work to replace the server room hardware. And there's also network mapping and documentation going on. And they're continuing to work on deciding on a new phone system for the town hall. And that's all.
Very nice.
Seniors, recreation.
Recreation. We met today, and there's a lot going on in the town right now. A lot of projects are going on, rebuilding the pitching mounds at Red Oaks Mills and Crestwood, new benches at Riverview and Hollis Park, and Riverfront is also getting them. Greenvale was brush hogged the other day, and Stanley Still are clearing for a new playground and future bathrooms, and T-ball being built. We have a couple things going on. Women's self-defense class with Freedom Taekwondo is being offered through Recreation in July. We have youth golf lessons coming up at Greenvale Park, and we also have Summer Nights concert in the park. These are all on the website, but I will tell you real quick. Tuesday nights from June 28th to August 16th at Greenville Park, we have Thunder Ridge at June 28th, The Crew at July 5th, The Harvest Band July 12th, Cloud 9 July 19th, Chin Gang July 26th, Hillbilly Parade on August 2nd, that'll be at 6:30. August 9th, Bosco and the Storm at 6:30, August 9th, Noise in the Basement at 6:30, and most of the other concerts start at 7 due to the season changing, getting a little darker. Donations for veterans. The seniors are looking for toiletries, non-perishables, and clothing. They'll be collecting donations through August 15th. They are setting up some boxes here in Town Hall and at the Senior Center on Abe's Way. So we have a lot going on. We're still looking for an EMT to work our camp. We're taking registration for our camp. We're looking for a nurse. If there's anybody out there that wants to volunteer or get paid, we do have some money to pay you. So that's pretty much it right now.
Can you tell you how full camp was as of now?
We're not 100% full. We're about 90. We've got 90 kids right now, but we're registering all the time.
I think it's like 90 to about 110.
90 to 112.
So there's still room in most of the weeks.
Yeah, there's still room in our camps. But, you know, with school getting out and parents are making their last-minute vacation schedules and all that, so.
Oh, yes, we are.
I haven't even figured out mine yet, so.
Fire advisor,
Nothing to report?
infrastructure,
Nothing to report?
personnel,
Nothing to report.
building consolidation. As we discussed earlier on in the meeting, we're still in the process of doing our due diligence on the building to see about the possibility of moving the police court and town hall over to Poughkeepsie Day School. We're getting closer, and I'm hoping that within the next month and a half, we should have a decent sized report to actually let everybody know where we stand. It's making progress. Transfer station this week was extremely busy, and I want to thank the highway superintendent and his staff for working with Habitat for Humanity, who was there both days, and they were extremely happy with what they left. So some of the stuff that was taken to the highway department got its second life by being able to go on to another home and helping Habitat for Humanity to raise funds to work on rebuilding some of the homes and getting people into homes. So this is definitely a win-win. So look for the next transfer station to see if they'll be back again. We've been doing very well so far.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
They were getting a lot of good stuff there, and they were very excited about what they were getting. And the residents were excited about what they were dropping off, that it was going somewhere else, not just getting dumped in the landfill. Yeah.
I have something. The this past week, Spack&Kill, the baseball team, went to states, and they won the Class B state championship, which they actually did back in, I think, 2005. And we had him come to the town board. I think it would be nice to have him come back, but I just want to congratulate him again because it's an amazing feat, and it's something that, like, it's the amount of time and effort for those kids, parents, coaches is just mind-boggling because it starts when they're little kids playing t-ball on our fields, and all that we do with the town to put the recreation programs together. The kids came through Spakenkill and Ketchum, and both teams made a nice run. Ketchum fell a little bit short. Spakenkill made it all the way and won it, but it was an impressive
They were
group.
both right up to the end.
Yeah, and a huge group of them had come through Town of Poughkeepsie, Cal Ripken League, and the baseball league. So it's very impressive.
I think the Ketchum team was, more than half of the team was from Cal Ripken. I
Yeah.
had seen it stated. I don't know what the Spakenkill members were, but it just goes to show you they grew from here on up.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of cool, because of the things that we do here and the money and the time and effort that our recreation department puts in and all the parents volunteering, you watch these kids, and this is the entire state. And these kids have this for the rest of their lives, but they were all, a lot of them on both ends were just kids that were playing in our leagues way back, so
That's what makes it a true community. I
Yeah,
mean,
yep.
they start from the bottom on up, parents, coaches, they work their way up, and the support they got going through, and just the support they were getting once they won, that you're watching.
Yeah.
Everybody, it didn't matter if they had kids or people involved, were really, on both sides, were just throwing out their support to everybody.
Yep.
Anybody got anything else? Make a motion to suspend the rules for any item on the agenda, any item not on the agenda, anybody you'd like to discuss, and ask you to please limit it to 3 minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This is a chance if anybody would like to speak on any item at all. Nope. Nope. Nobody? Make a motion to resume the rules?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for coming.